welcome back. This is Paleface Chapter 2, The Witch King. Kicking it off, we have track 1, 9 months, which runs for 3 minutes 34. This seems to have a weird opening of a woman in distress, possibly giving birth and then being killed by one of the Palefaces, or human hunters as they're dubbed. And I think the creature may even eat her baby. Also a nice little Call of Duty Zombies reference hidden in the track there too for you Call of Duty fans. But again, not much to say about this one because it was generally just an open filler track. Track 2, Human Hunter, 3 minutes 20 seconds. The vocals seem slightly different on this to Chapter 3. It's definitely the same vocalist, but I'm assuming he just kind of came into his own working on Chapter 3. As for the lyrics, the standout line for me was a grotesque one. Fuck your body, I want to hang you to the wall so I can smell you every time I come to your beautiful bodies. Just a very almost Cannibal Corpsean style line there, and it's just like made me go, yikes, that's not like anything we heard on the other one. Certainly different. Lastly, I also like the line "Seek, Find, Feast," which was delivered in a almost gang chant style vocal from the band, which then leads on to track 3, Hung, Drawn and Quartered, featuring Mugshot, which only ran for about 1 minute 41 seconds. Very short but quick-paced, aggressive track, and I loved Mugshot's delivery of the line, "No fucking witnesses, no goddamn sympathy, I wonder how much more it's going to take to break me," which was delivered with about as much aggression as you could probably imagine. This then leads on to track number 4, Skin People, 3 minutes 33 seconds, which starts with what I'll assume is someone speaking in whatever language they speak out in Switzerland. The drums in the beginning are fucking brutal and is a solid track, and the Seek, Find, Feast line returns in this one, as well as the gun loading, which I liked from Chapter 3. And the ending lines of, "You've seen how easy it is to die, now I'll show you how hard it is to live. I will take my fucking time, you bitch. Don't you dare crawl away, you won't fucking survive." Which, again, super brutal, super dark, it kind of showcases the mentality of these human hunters, which is what they are singing from the perspective of, and it shows their disdain for humanity, and what they will do to make sure they get their enjoyment out of finishing off the humans. Moving on, we have track number 5, which is 2010-19. I had to double check that. I didn't want to say the wrong numbers. Again, this is a very short one, 1 minute 25. Very weird interlude style track. Not a lot to say really, unfortunately. But this then brings us on to the final track of the album. Track number 6, Deprivation Method, featuring Mental Cruelty, X Vicious X, and Parjury. I may have butchered that last name. 7 minutes and 16 seconds, so it's a long one. So, this is the final track of part 2, and It's a doozy. 7-minute runtime, 4 vocalists. You know, it starts with some solid drums and guitars, and it isn't long until you get the first quotable line, which is, "The smell of humans makes me want to rip your fucking face apart and shove a fucking blade up your ugly fucking cunt." And we're only about 2 minutes in when this line gets dropped. But that one just really stood out. Again, we then move on to Hugo of Pargery, who comes in to do their part on this killer track, and it flows very well. You can tell the difference between each vocalist. Each vocalist stands out with their lines. They showcase themselves really well. I'm probably going to go check out each of these bands at some point in their own, see what their own material is like. We then move on to Luca of Mental Cruelty, who has a very slam-styled verse, which was really cool. And then we move on to Davey of Vicious. And again, this one you can tell apart from all of the others, and their lines have some interesting styles of delivery. With the fact that there's 4 vocalists on the song, definitely did well to make the 7-minute track feel shorter than it was. And each artist got a decent amount of time to showcase their vocals, get a verse out, you know, and it didn't feel rushed, it didn't feel crowded, it didn't feel too long, too short. It was solidly put together. Like, that is how you do a long track with multiple vocalists on it. You know, for me, Standout Tracks, Deprivation Method was definitely number 1. I would then say Skin People, Hung, Drawn and Quartered, Human Hunters. 7 out of 10 on the track. I feel like with it being such a short EP, it didn't need the interlude or the drawn out start where it was like a skip. But that's just me. I'm being picky. It's really not a bad little album, little EP, whatever you call it. If you checked out number 3 or you've already heard of them and you haven't looked at number 2, check it out, see what you think. And with that being said, I will be leaving you with this short video to move on to chapter 1. See you in the next one.